Perfect. All right, class. So first thing we're going to do is I've looked at your homework and there's a few where I want students to read out their writing. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this first and then we'll get on with the lesson. Kiwi, let's go.
We can clear this off real quick. Okay.
The amount of sunlight received from the sun at parts of the earth at different times of the year. Near the equator is hot, and near North and South Pole will raise lower.
Yeah, less rays, so it has to travel further. So your idea is good, just need to work on the grammar. But yeah, that's perfect. Identifying the equator is hotter because it is closer. Well done. All right, thank you, Kiwi. And then Jenny, so much writing. Jenny, I think this drawing is fantastic because you've color coded it and labeled it perfectly. Okay. So, Jenny, could you read your presentation, please? So there's one more. Li Kang, I'm going to find yours. I want you to read yours as well.
No, I didn't write. I just draw it.
I know. Well, this is why I wanted to get yours up. Your drawing is perfect and you've labeled things we didn't even talk about. So you've been able to identify the atmosphere, trapped energy, and the CO2 levels. Okay, so well done for that. But Lei Kang, because you didn't write anything, I want you to talk me through your diagram, please.
No.
So please, Lei Kang, explain why countries are hotter on the equator and why they're colder at the poles.
Because the earth go around the sun.
Okay, so that's why we have seasons. But can you tell me why countries at the equator are hotter than countries near the Arctic pole?
Because the equator is near the sun than
the poles are. Yeah, so we won't use near, we'll say closer. Near makes it sound like the sun is very close, which it's not. All right, so good explanation there. Okay, class, let's just practice our vocabulary. All right. Emma, if I want to find the middle number, what word is that? That is right, it is predict. Okay, good. Kiwi, rain, snow, sleet, and hail are all what?
precipitation.
That's it, there we go. Okay. Caroline, what is the name of someone who studies weather?
Meteorology.
Yeah, meteorologist. Fantastic. Okay. Thermometer, rain gauge, and wind vane are all what?
Instrument.
Yeah, perfect, buddy. Well done. Okay. Fantastic. A little recap, class. On last lesson, we were identifying the differences between weather and climate. So, Kuei Kang, can you describe weather? This is for Kuei.
Short-term state of the atmosphere.
Good. And look at this. We measure weather in days. What's the weather like today? What's the weather like tomorrow? What's the weather like the day after that? Okay. Suri, can you explain to me what climate is?
Long-term pattern of weather.
Yeah, a long-term pattern of weather. So we measure this in years. What was the climate last year? What is the climate going to be next year? Okay. And the key word today is average. To find climates, to understand climates, we get weather data and find the average, whether it's the average temperature, the average wind direction, okay, or the average rainfall. Okay, last one. Mickey, please describe the weather in a tropical climate. What do you think, Mickey?
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot. It's very hot. It's very humid. Okay, that's why we get tropical plants. All right, class. We are going to get into understanding. First, before we do this, we're going to understand more what a prediction is. Okay. So let me go off this screen share. All right. Predictions. We already have information. Guessing, we have no idea and no information. With that in mind, we're going to move on with today's lesson, studying a table of averages. In the group chat, please tell me the average. Okay, class, look in the group chat. Find the average. Let's see if you can find the average of these numbers. So you have the numbers 10, 13, 17, 24, 27, 30. What is the average number? Average is the middle number. Okay, so we can essentially only look at the first number and the second number. No, sorry, first number and the last number. So Emma, what's the first number?
10.
What's the last number, Emma?
The last number is 30.
Good. So what's the average? What's the middle number of those two numbers?
20.
Yeah, the average temperature there would be 20 because it's the number exactly in the middle. Okay. So try and remember that when we move on with the class. Here, we know what an average is, we know what a pattern is, we know what a prediction is. So first, can you describe the table to me? Okay, Lee Kang, go ahead.
The table describes month's average wind direction.
Perfect, very good. That is exactly right. So here we have our 12 months and the wind direction for every month. All right. So let's read the questions first. All right. Do we see any patterns? That is all part of the first question. Now, class, this is actually in your textbook. So I want you to get your textbooks out. We're going to do it as a class. Okay. I'll give you a minute. All right. Easiest way to identify data is making it simple to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group my data. So if it's west, I'm going to draw a red line. If it's south, I'm going to draw a green line. If it's southwest, I'm going to do a purple one. You don't have to do this. This is just for us as a class to be able to identify that the direction is changing. Okay. So what weather do we see at the beginning? Lewis. What's the average wind direction in the beginning of the table?
West.
West. Yeah. Now, we know that December is next to January as well, don't we? So, how many months are west?
4 months.
4 months, right? And these are grouped together. These are all grouped together. So, can we see a pattern, Lewis?
Yeah.
What is the pattern?
A pattern is west, west, and west, and west.
Good. And what about these months? Is that the same pattern?
And southwest.
Yeah, and it's 4. So we have found patterns in groups of 4. So that's what we can talk about in our first answer. Look at the data in the table. Do you see a pattern? Yes, I see. Yes, I see the wind direction is west and southwest for 4 months. Should really write each there. Now we need to identify why this pattern exists. Why this pattern exists. Minha, what can you tell me about December, January, February, March? Do you know what season that usually is?
Winter.
Yeah, it is winter. Good. All right. So we know for the whole of winter, the average wind direction is west. All right. Kwang Ming, what can you tell me about May, June, July, August? What season is that usually?
The season is summer.
Yes, summer. Good. So we've just answered our next question. Do the patterns occur during particular seasons? Yes, during winter and summer. All right. So I want you to write these answers out as we go through it, because the next page is going to be more independent. All right. Hannah, can you read the last question?
So, what is the pattern in which season did it occur?
Okay, good. So now it wants us to explain our answer from question B. Okay. If so, what is the pattern and which season is it? So we're going to talk about the wind direction and the seasons. Who can give me a good answer for this? Susie. Can you give me a good answer for question C, Susie? So what's the pattern in winter, Susie? What's the wind direction?
West.
Yeah, west. Good. So in winter, the average wind direction is west for 4 months. Okay, who can tell me what's the wind direction for summer? Surrey.
The west.
Yeah, southwest. Yeah, perfect. Sorry. So a good answer would look similar to mine. In winter, the average wind direction is west for 4 months. The wind direction for summer is southwest, which is also for 4 months. This is identifying a pattern in similar numbers. And we've got all this information from a simple average wind direction chart. How we abstract information, take it out of the chart and put it into writing. Important skill to learn is being able to read diagrams and tables. All right, that's enough readies to continue. Fantastic. All right, class, going to move on. All right, class, now we're looking at the averages of temperature. All right, so what I'd like you guys to do with this one, read the table, and then I'm going to give you a few minutes to try and answer the questions on your own, and then we will check your answers. Okay, first things first, use the average temperatures in the data table to answer the questions below. And before we do this, Zaling, here we have seasons, yeah? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Now, here we have years. Are we looking for the climate or for the weather?
Climate.
Yeah, good. Why? How do you know that?
Because climate measured by years and weather measured by day and month.
Yeah, perfect. And averages. We use averages to find the climate. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, so here we have 4 different seasons of each year. Okay, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Using this table, its data and its information, I want you to answer questions 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, try and answer them. I'll give you about 4 minutes or 3 minutes, and then we'll check your answers. Okay, I just want to see how well you do on your own first. All right, so Hacker, which one did you choose? Wait, hang on, say that again, Hacker. Which season did you choose?
Winter.
Winter. Why did you choose winter?
Because it's not high level. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's not really because of that. I want to help everyone out here. I would personally choose summer because when we look at the numbers of summer, then the numbers are the closest together. So it goes from 69 to 72. That's a very small gap, which means we are more likely to get it right. Okay, there's less numbers to use. For example, if I draw this here, 69, 70, 71, and then 72, yeah? If I want to find the average number, I go like this, 69, 72, 70. So the average would either be 70 or 71. I am more likely for my prediction to be right if my gap of numbers is smaller. So class, the answer for the first one should be summer. And a good prediction would be the average I just made. So I would write summer here, and then I would write 71 degrees. All right, now on to the next one. Who have I not spoken to? Tell you what, Caroline, that's you again. So question 14, which season is most likely to average 60?
It's autumn.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, and why? Why is it? Because it's closest to 60 or furthest away?
Close to 60.
Yeah, it's one of the closer ones to 60. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I would write autumn there. All right. Next one. Lewis, which 2 years were the coolest?
Year 1.
And?
Year 4. Year 4.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, we can see in winter. We can definitely see that in winter. Yeah, 22 and 19. So yeah, year 1 and year 4, great answers. All right, and the last one, number 16, analyze the temperature data in the table. Use it to determine which of these statements is correct. Okay, class, we are looking for true statements. So, Hannah, can you read 16A?
The winter of year 4 was the coldest.
Nice. Now, Hannah, do you think that is true or false?
True.
I think you're exactly right. Yeah, it is. We see it here, 19 degrees Fahrenheit. So good job. Okay, Quang Hai, can you read 16b?
The autumn of year 1 was the warmest.
Okay, so is that true or false, Quang Hai?
False.
Yeah, false. That's it, buddy. Good job. Yeah, so get rid of that. Okay, for Leo, can you read 16c? 16c, Leo. Look for the letter C. All right, here's yes. Let's check that. Look, year 4, summer, biggest number means hottest weather. So yeah, that is true. Okay, and Quang Minh, can you read 16d?
Year 4 had the coolest spring.
Good. So look for spring, look for year 4, and tell me if that's true or false.
It is false.
It is false. Exactly right. Year 1 has the coolest spring. All right. Good job. All right. Well done. Great understanding this lesson. Okay. Just to summarize, class, the main ideas that you need to take away from this lesson is we find patterns to create averages to predict future weather and climate. Okay. Not just weather. And that brings us on to the homework. You will be given this picture, and your homework is to find the average temperature of this week of the weather in the picture. So that weather diagram is of 1 week, and I want you to find the average temperature for that week. All right, so nice to meet you, Caroline. Goodbye, everyone else. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.